Hello and welcome into Turner Gymnasium. It's the home opener for the Lynchburg Hornets in a crosstown rivalry as they welcome in the Randolph WildCats. I'm Joe Brennan, joined alongside my good friend, partner, Lynchburg women's volleyball libero, Abby Barlow, making her broadcast debut. Abby, this should be a good one. Obviously, a little bit of extra juice involved in this one when you have that crosstown rivalry in the mix. But these are two relatively young programs, to say the least, that are still building that rapport.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I can definitely say from the women's aspect of volleyball, we definitely felt that crosstown rivalry, and you can tell it on the court, and I'm sure you'll be able to tell it soon. And definitely knowing these two teams and their past couple games, I think it's going to be a really good game.
Well, with young programs, you're going to have a whole lot of young talent. And for the Randolph Wildcats, they bring in a first-year libero that has quickly come on scene and been one of the key playmakers for this group this season.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I got an opportunity to talk with Kara Smith. She's helping them coach this year, and she said he's definitely a player to watch with his playing aspects. He's just competing every day in the gym and has just earned that libero jersey, and he works every day for it with an amazingly smooth platform.
And on the other end, you have a Lynchburg team that surprisingly only brings in one freshman this year, but you still have a host of new faces with a group of transfers coming in, highlighted with the outside hitter of Joshua Davis.
Oh, yeah, Joshua Davis has been really making an impact on that Lynchburg court on the outside. His hits, I was watching him in warm-up, and he was hitting that 10-foot line. He was doing great. But, yeah, I'm really excited to see how this turns out, going up against some big, strong hitters.
With that being said, let's take a look at what these two teams have done so far in the early season. And you see the kills per set, offensive numbers really across the board. These are two very similar teams. And with the Wildcats coming in today 1-3 in conference play, and Lynchburg at 1-1, there's still so much to be decided in the ODAC, but this win could be a crucial one as we move further down the season.
Oh, yeah. Whatever team wins, it makes a statement in the ODAC, especially being this early in ODAC play. Whoever comes out with the win is really going to make an impact in the ODAC and kind of set that standard of what they want their program to be.
It's all about setting a tone, finding that standard. And for this men's volleyball team on the Lynchburg side, it is a complete 180 from a year ago, where you have that first-year program, and then in that sophomore season, you have a new head coach. Joshua Knapp takes the helm, the former club coach right down the road at Liberty, and it seems like this team is slowly starting to find their identity and their culture, and they had one heck of a test this past weekend going against a nationally ranked opponent.
Yeah, 100%. I think that, great old first start to the game. But, yeah, I definitely think that him bringing that new coaching perspective is really going to help them this season.
Philemau tabs the first point of the Lynchburg season on their home floor. The other Liberty transfer, Will Rady, sends it across on the serve. Out of bounds, and Lynchburg goes back-to-back on points.
And we got Davis back at the serving line. Oh, nope, Rady. Oh, look at that energy in the gym. Lynchburg serving. And it's over. Oh, look at that dig.
Beautiful dig. Sets up the offensive swing.
Oh, just out.
Davis couldn't bury it in the back right corner. That'll give the Wildcats their first notch of the afternoon. Sent across, popped up by Kenna.
Oh.
Beautifully right in the breadbasket for Philemau.
He's shaking his head on that, but that looked like a pretty good hit to me.
Philemau, a former Marlin of Virginia Wesleyan, made the transition to Lynchburg in their first season. And he's someone that at volleyball really runs deep in the family. He's got a sister that actually played for Florida State.
Yeah, I saw that. They're making it a family thing. Oh, Randolph's bringing that energy already.
Set up top behind the attack line, and a hammer laid down brilliantly.
I was talking to Coach Kara, like I said at the beginning of the game, and she said he is definitely a player to watch. Noel, he has really made his mark on the program.
Filimau feeding the hot hand already with 3 kills in the opening frame. That'll send Sammy Pennington back to the serving line.
Oh, Randolph's getting their energy up. I love to see it. Oh, so close.
An uncharacteristic error from Bryce Jackson, one of the 2 all-ODAC performers from Lynchburg from a season ago. Him and Nick Redding both found themselves with season accolades for their efforts on second and third team respectively. Rady sets it up for Jackson.
Yes.
And this time finds the floor.
I will say, Bryce Jackson has made his impact within these 2 years he has been here. He has shown what Lynchburg volleyball can do at the net.
Absolutely, and as you have such a young program, it becomes so important to really find that culture, and oftentimes easier said than done when you have such a young and unexperienced group. And it really feels like Jackson and Kenna really took the reins in the offseason, especially this last fall, still in the process of searching for a head coach.
Yeah, 100%. I can definitely say from the players' aspect, them being senior in the program, they really took that leader role and were a good example of what a leader should be.
Wildcats cut into the deficit, 8-4, Hornets out in front. Upstairs, Trujillo. Dug out by the Wildcats. And punched out of play by Noah May. The sole freshman on this Lynchburg lineup, Troy Trujillo, the younger brother of graduate assistant Peyton Trujillo, who spent some time with your head coach, Kevin Cardozo.
I know, yeah.
At Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know Troy pretty well. Even though he wasn't in season, he was in the gym with us every day at practice, helping us with drills and shagging balls. And I think he lives, eats, and breathes volleyball at this point.
10-4, Lynchburg in control in the opening frame. Kenna tried to paint the outside corner, just a touch too far wide. Take another look at the rejection from Jackson.
One thing that I find very fascinating to watch is the difference between the top spin serves from women's and men's. And men's, they can really put that power behind it. Look at that hit from Davis.
Talk about power. Joshua Davis right on cue, makes it 11-5.
It's just crazy the power that they have behind that ball.
Jackson now will send it across the tape. And Lynchburg is their first ace of their home opener.
You can definitely see he was happy to get that one.
First, we see the highlight on the defensive end, now on the offensive end for 22 in white. And the Wildcats want to talk things over. We'll step aside, 12-5, Lynchburg in control.
Lynchburg is all about you, your ideas, and your goals. We've got one professor for every 10 students, so you can get all the support you need. In the classroom, in the lab, or in nature, you'll learn by putting yourself out there, and we're right there with you.
It's in our DNA. Making a difference, being real, innovative, and strong wherever you are. Creating change. You believe the world can be better. We all can be better. And here is where we start making it happen. Fostering belonging. No matter who you are, here, you're home.
And we welcome you back in. Joe Brennan alongside Abby Barlow on behalf of FloSports. 12-5 in the opening frame. Lynchburg out in front. Jackson back to serve for Lynchburg. Has already tabbed a handful of points today.
That big old top spin. Oh, and it's an ace! Oh, look at their little cheer on the side. That's so cool.
They got some energy, both sides of it. Take another look at the play right there. Splits the difference in that back row. 13-5. Jackson once again winds and fires. Same location, another dig, but another ace for Jackson and the Lynchburg sideline getting on the rowboat. Jackson having himself an afternoon, putting on a show.
I think he's definitely feeding off that bench's energy to go into this next serve.
Far side, finding the floor with an emphatic right-hand slam is Diallo. One thing that's so unique about this Randolph squad, Abby, is they've done a whole lot of moving and shaking in that lineup. We've seen middles play on the right side. We've seen rights be pin hitters or play in the interior. I mean, they're really mixing and matching, which gives you a whole lot of flexibility on what you can do.
Yeah, you really seen it in the past couple games. When I was talking to Coach Matthews, she definitely said they're trying to find their rhythm and put people in spots where the team is beneficial, and they're finally figuring it out within these last 2 games.
There's Smith, a sophomore. 14-7. Kenna, Rady, Davis, Lynchburg once again. One thing that's so interesting that I'm happy we finally get to talk to you about, because during the women's season, we talk a whole lot about the low ceilings inside Turner Gymnasium and the effect that has not only just on you guys, but as an opponent coming into this gym that isn't accustomed to that kind of venue. How have you felt that impact the game?
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell a difference from when we're in our home gym and when we're at a gym that has real high ceilings. I feel like as opponents, you come in and you see our low ceilings and see the openings, and you're like, what are we gonna work with? You gotta be just ready for any ball to ricochet anywhere.
Trujillo with a soft touch, a breaking ball. That helps find the floor.
Yeah, I've had friends from other teams that come into our gym, and they are always talking about our ceilings.
Well, we're typically doing the same up here in the broadcast booth. Davis, powerful swing, and it's another, oh no, kept alive, a free ball the other way. What a defensive stand. Philemau can't punch it across, and the Wildcats with an incredible sequence, turning great defense into better offense.
Yeah, that was a great hustle by number 11.
It's Diallo. Trujillo, after this soft touch, went with the power, got the tool, and Lynchburg leads 17-9. And the Hornets are just now realizing they got that one. Everybody in the house thought this was an errant swing, but nevertheless, Lynchburg will take it.
Yeah, sometimes in volleyball, you get the call to go high hands, and you're just trying to hit their fingertips and bounce it off.
That'll send Pennington, one of the serving specialists for Lynchburg, to the back line.
One thing with his serve is it's a float serve, and in volleyball, those are the hardest to pass sometimes. Crazy kill by Smith.
Chamel going to work. I mean, would you call it somewhat of a knuckleball kind of serve?
Yeah, it's kind of like, comparing it to baseball, it's kind of like a changeup, because when you have a top spin, in men's, they put a lot of power behind it, so they try to force it down onto the court, but with the float serve, they hit it so lightly that it looks like it's floating in the air, and it kind of makes you dizzy. So it's really hard to pass from somebody that passes them.
This one can't get across. Lynchburg extends their lead back up to 8. That'll send Trujillo to the back line for the Hornets.
Great pass. Ooh.
Smith, he's found his groove.
He has, he has. He's found that sweet spot, and he just keeps going.
Gerardo with a dig, Rady up for Jackson. Couldn't make the pancake happen, got underneath it with simultaneous action with the hardwood. Now Kenner will give it a go. Upstairs, Smith, blocked by Bryce.
Blocked by Bryce.
Jackson with the defensive action. You take another look at the long arms of the 6'4" inside player.
If only I was that tall. Great pass by Smith. Oh, good cover ball.
This one gets through, kept alive, but not too long.
Number 11, Ahmad Diallo, stepping in for the WildCats. One thing I've noticed that are utilizing a lot is the back row attack for Randolph, and it's giving them great success.
RC can't put it in play. Trickles out of bounds, and Lynchburg back up by 9. A good showing today from both respective crowds. Obviously, Randolph about a 9-minute drive down Rivermont Avenue. Made the trek.
Oh, the ceiling.
There's the ceiling.
There's our buddy, the ceiling.
Jackson now with his 3rd service ace of the opening set. And the Hornets 3 points away from clinching the opening frame.
Achieving excellence. From the classroom to the court, we don't settle. Neither should you. Lynchburg, it's in our DNA. Today, tomorrow, always.
This is the dough. It's wicked cute. It's always so pretty.
And we welcome you back in, 22-12. Lynchburg in front. Jackson puts us back in play. The swing, the kill, and the Wildcats still staying alive. Not going to go away easy in this opening set.
Definitely a great line shot that was just right there. Great pass by Davis. Oh! Right at the 10-foot line.
The new Flames bringing some heat inside Turner Gymnasium. Rady to Davis. Those two certainly have a great connection with one another as he climbs the ladder. How about the bounce he's got? Looks like there might be a trampoline here on the right side.
Yeah.
Nice response there from the Wildcats with Hogue. Gerardo with a dig. Rady going right back to Davis. Off the tape. (23-15) our score. Here's Noah May over Rady for Philimau, and an excellent block by Hogue.
Oh, yeah.
Albert Hogue, a freshman middle blocker out of Rolsov, Norway. They've got a handful of internationals on this squad.
Yeah, when I was talking to the head coach at the beginning of the game, he said they have a mix of people from everywhere on the team, bringing different cultures together and just making their new culture as Randolph Volleyball.
Davis gets the tool, 1 point away from sealing the opening set. Davis, RC, Diallo, now Rady looking for Kenna, kept alive, sent across, and out of play. Randolph still kicking it.
Great spot by number 11 on that cross-court shot from the right side.
Diallo out of play, and that will do it for the opening frame. Lynchburg with an 8-point victory in set number 1, 25-17, as we get ready for set number 2 in Turner Gymnasium. welcome you back in as you get a look at Randolph's head coach Jordan Leandro at the helm for the Randolph Wildcats after a 12-5 record in his debut season. His squad looking to get back on track here in set number 2 after Lynchburg claimed the opening frame.
Yeah, they definitely didn't look like that last set just happened. They were over there on the sideline having a dance party. I might go join them.
But we got the chance to talk to head coach Leandro a little bit and take a look at what his volleyball path has looked like. And he's someone that has a really rich history with his sport. As Lynchburg opens up with a 1-0 advantage.
Great corner ace.
It'll be Rady once again. And another point for Lynchburg.
Davis really owned that ball on the net, getting up there, seeing it early, and swiping it down to the right.
Take another look at a defensive effort right there at the net. As we go back talking about Leandro, he was a guy that grew up playing up in Pennsylvania, and then his collegiate career playing at the club level at Grove City College, where the Wolverines ranked as high as 5th in the nation and were consistently in the top 25 during his collegiate tenure. That really goes to show what these coaches both bring to the table, and it's so interesting that both of them have a background at the club level.
Yeah, it just shows that they have such a diverse experience between all different types of volleyball, club, collegiate.
And I think what's so great about the sport of men's volleyball is it's rapidly expanding. I mean, you can see that just in the conference, where the conference was created last year. Or previously you had at schools like Roanoke and Randolph playing outside the conference in their own respective leagues. And now that all these programs are being added, we've got 2 more teams this year added to the mix. As Lynchburg adds another ace to their daily total. That's their 6th from the back line. It's the Colorado kid, Will Rady.
Definitely making his mark with that float serve.
Oh my goodness.
Great hit.
An absolute jackhammer from the German Schmid.
We were talking about this earlier. Isn't the big thing waffles?
Yeah, you got like the Belgian waffles.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else is German. Hamburgers, I feel like.
Hamburgers are German?
Yeah, I mean, like you got the town Hamburg.
I thought hamburgers were American. I don't. You know, we
Sure.
love a good burger.
I mean, to me, I think it's American. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think 4th of July, you think burgers and dogs.
Yeah, burgers and hot dogs. Good old got beef.
Another ace for the Hornets. Joshua Davis playing like a man possessed today.
He's really making his mark on the court today. Let me tell you, that topspin he just had, he is getting on top of that ball and slamming it down.
Up to 7 points, make it 8.
The pure spirit of Lynchburg volleyball pushed that across the net.
Spirits are high for the Hornets as they take an 8-1 advantage into the intermission. We'll be right back on FloSports. And we welcome you back to Wayne Prophet Court. Joe Brennan and Abby Barlow here on behalf of FloSports. 8-1, Lynchburg in control.
Oh!
Mason Kenna on the interior, making his mark in set number 2.
Let me tell you, I love to see a pretty overpass kill. If only I was tall.
For those at home, an overpass kill.
An overpass kill is when the ball is passed on your side of the net and you go up and just smack it down.
That is not something we've seen Barlow do a whole lot of on the women's side, standing at 5'3".
5'2". We gotta be honest. We gotta be honest.
Randolph with another point. Their second of the second set. Philamau with a missile.
Way to keep it alive.
Recovered by RC. Berardo for Rady. Philamau with a soft touch. And hit into the net by Smith. That was a great rally.
That was.
Not the kind of finish that Randolph was looking for on that sequence. Both teams have really had their tests this season with difficult schedules. You've got a Randolph squad that's seen Southern Virginia twice already this year, along with ODAC schools as the likes of Randolph-Macon and Roanoke College. And they have certainly had their fair share of stiff competition.
Yeah, especially with Roanoke and Randolph-Macon being a program that's been around more than 2 years.
Absolutely, they certainly have their bearings, and what Christian Taylor has done at Randolph-Macon has really been spectacular to see. They are certainly at the top of the totem pole, receiving almost the maximum amount of points in the ODAC preseason poll, as these two squads found themselves relatively towards the middle of the pack. Meanwhile, Lynchburg, we talked about last weekend in their square off against Juniata, one of those programs that on the men's side, women's side, no matter where you look, they're typically in that top 10 in the national rankings. Davis, soft touch. And a response from Samuel Brown.
Yeah, he definitely used those hands on the Lynchburg block. One thing with volleyball is that if you're not finding the floor, you can find the hands and knock it off the hands to get that point. Oh, Bryce Jackson.
Jackson certainly finding the floor frequent and often.
He's definitely making a statement up at the net.
That is 4th kill today. Goes along with 4 aces and a solo block as well to his name. And another Hornet ace. They are dominating in that column. It really feels like that's the biggest disparity in this affair that has given Lynchburg a whole lot of juice. 9-0 right now in that column.
Yeah, they're really showing them their serving special. And I think that one thing that is very important in volleyball, men or women's, is whoever is serving is getting the points. If one team's serving better than the other, you can play as hard as you want, but if you're getting aced on aced on aced, it's going to be hard to come back from that.
Tool out of bounds gives Randolph a point and cut into the deficit, 5-13. Rady, Trujillo. A little too much sauce that time around. And absolutely, if you could turn it into make it, take it, where it becomes an advantage to serve every time around, it makes it difficult to beat any team.
Oh yeah, especially when players get on that serving run.
Another point for Lynchburg after a nice defensive play from Rady. And just enough to ricochet it off the hands of Schmidt.
Yeah, especially with Grady running that 5-1, he's able to get up there and use those blockers' hands to his advantage. And
Diallo for Berardo. Rady sets it up for Jackson, who tucks it away.
The connection between Grady and Jackson is showing out tonight. And for the viewers who are watching who don't know what a 5-1 is, a 5-1 is when you have only one setter that goes around the court with 5 other hitters as an option.
I mean, how would you describe the 5-1 as an advantage in comparison to a 6-2?
Yeah, so a 5-1, you lose a hitter, but it gives you the opportunity to use your setter as a front row attacker option, whether that's with dumps or throwing the ball over. But yeah, I think it's very beneficial compared to a 6-2 with not having as many options for your setter.
Right now, Randolph going back to the drawing board, taking a timeout to see if they can find an advantage here in the second frame to cut into the 10-point lead. And we welcome you back in. Wayne Prophet Court, a crosstown rivalry and an ODAC affair as Lynchburg leads the Wildcats 1-0 in matches, up 16-6 here in the second frame. Jackson leading all scores for Lynchburg with 9.5 points. 7 for Smith on the Randolph end. Hogue, too far.
You can definitely see the energy between both benches really making their mark. Oh, Jackson with another ace.
And the run for Lynchburg continues here in the second set. This has been one of the most dominant frames all season long. It's been a combination of Davis and Jackson here in set number 2. Those two also heavily involved in the opening set as Rady can't connect with Davis as he pats his chest and says, "My bad," that time around.
Yeah, miscommunications happen, but it's how you bounce back. That's the big thing.
The Hornets hitting .615 in this set.
Great pass by Davis.
Rady will give it a go once more for Trujillo. Into the netting, and Randolph capitalizes on Lynchburg's second error on 15 total attacks in the second period. Berardo, Kenna shoots it across. Diallo, dug out by Trujillo. Berardo across for Kenna.
Oh.
Schmid.
Oh, great swing. You hear the Randolph bench doing the "he's a freshman"
I think
cheer.
about half the team is.
Yeah.
They could use that one a whole lot
I
throughout the year.
know.
Rady pops it up. Diallo with a hard swing.
Ooh, he's excited about that one.
Ahmed Diallo, the sophomore middle blocker out of Aurora, Colorado. Last year totaled 85 kills. This year, he has certainly stepped up to the occasion already with 116 entering today.
Yeah, last year he was a middle blocker, so he's definitely taking that new role as an opposite and running with it.
And that's what we talked about back in the first set. Like, so many of these guys on Randolph-Macon have been placed in what I'll call non-traditional spots for them.
Yeah.
It's like moving your shortstop to second base, and he's tearing it up.
Yeah.
you wonder to yourself, why haven't you been playing here your whole career?
Yeah.
But obviously, when you lose some talented pieces from a year ago, it calls for new faces to fill in that role of production. And Diallo has been crucial to what they've accomplished this year.
Great hustle by Lynchburg, but
As the Wildcats now are stringing together a series of points. And Coach Knapp wants to talk things over. What was a double-digit lead for Lynchburg has now shrunk down to just 4 points, 18-14. And we welcome you back to Wayne Prophet Court in Lynchburg, Virginia. A crosstown rivalry in ODAC play as Lynchburg and Randolph squaring off in the second set. Right now, Randolph shrinking the deficit as Philamau extends the lead and snaps a 7-0 scoring run from the Randolph Wildcats. They have really flipped this match, or flipped this set rather, on its head, Abby.
yeah, 100%. They're definitely bringing the energy. The bench is doing jumping jacks. They are really bringing that energy and the positive vibes. Oh, Davis with the block.
Davis with a denial to make it 20-14. Back-to-back points for Lynchburg.
Definitely holding the ball on serve is something you want to have when women's or men's.
Trujillo with a poke. Played to the back line. Set up for Diallo and gets the tool off of Trujillo.
Yeah, that was a great out-of-system ball for Diallo.
It's been interesting to see the transition between setters for Randolph, not only today, but really all season long. RC was the go-to guy in the opening frame. Here in the second set, it's been a whole lot more of Connor Maher.
Yeah, when I was talking to Coach Kara Matthews, she really said that they have been battling it out every day at practice, and they're both great competitors at that setter position. And RC, one thing he has is he's left-handed, so he's able to make these dump shots that are unrecognizable, but Mayer, he just has those smooth hands.
Randolph with another one. Brings it back down to a 5-point deficit. Now, oftentimes when you're going to see a competition between two players, there's obviously going to be two sides of that argument. It's iron sharpens iron. You want everybody competing and trying to play their best. And on the other side, you have the chemistry argument where you say, you know, you feel that consistency, you feel that trust with one main guy, and that is kind of how you build your rotation. As someone that had a team this year that had that kind of competition between setters, how did you guys respond to that?
Yeah, I think it's really having that good positive mindset of being a good competitor while also knowing what's best for your team and how to play well with your team. And I think having two setters compete for the spot gives you, there's pros and cons to it. The pro is that you get the different sets and different vibes that could, oh, almost had it. It's running around the ref stand. But the con is that sometimes there's a little bit of miscommunication, but other than that, it's really good to have the different mix of hands and the different sets, and sometimes you connect better with others, so it brings variety to the game.
Lynchburg last season, it was practically all Miller Varley, and Will Rady came in this year and put on a show in his debut for the Hornets, setting a program record for single match assists in a 4-set affair as well. Not one of those where you see extra time and every single one of them's going to extras. Granted, I mean, it's also a short program history.
Oh, yeah.
It's just from one season. But it's still a big accomplishment for the incoming Colorado native.
Oh, great spot by Smith.
Smith will keep this set running. Snaps a little bit of a Lynchburg run. Back against the wall for the Wildcats as they need 7 consecutive points to keep it going. Jackson will have the last word.
Yeah.
Picking up right where he left off to start the frame, and Lynchburg flips the floor with a 2-0 advantage, looking to get the brooms out. Two-0 Hornets out in front. It's been a dominant display of offense from Lynchburg after hitting 440 in the second frame with 14 kills and 3 errors in their 25 attacks. On the defensive end as well, a host of blocks for Lynchburg. 4 already Well, the story of today has really been the aces, Abby.
Oh, yeah, the aces have been definitely making Lynchburg stand out.
It was all Lynchburg in the early goings of the second frame, but a late rally from Randolph tightened the deficit and gave Lynchburg a run for their money, but nevertheless, Jackson and company able to hold off and seize the second consecutive win. Philamau feels like he's been getting hot early in every single set.
Yeah, he really has. He was laughing on that last one. I think he meant to go the other way.
A quiet night from Philamau with 7 kills. Kind of going under the radar with his performance. I feel like all the attention we've placed on has really been Jackson, the Liberty transfers. Ken has had a great performance as well, but Philamau, I mean, he's right up there with those guys.
Oh, yeah. A thing with the middles is even if they're not involved in the offensive side, they're definitely helping on the defensive side with blocking.
There's a two-handed dunk. Hogg with a flush. Hogue, I beg your pardon.
There's that float serve.
And for the first time today, Randolph with the advantage. Lynchburg will quickly equalize. Davis adds another ace to his daily total.
He is really on a run with them aces today.
Absolutely, it's been contagious for this Lynchburg squad, up to 11 already. They've already hit the mark for most aces in a single match this year. Was previously 9 set against Penn State Altoona back on January 23rd. And that's one that went to 4 sets. And we're still in set number 3 and it just got going.
Oh, great dig by Schmid.
Diallo for Schmid. Rady upstairs. Philamau with a quick punch. Schmid with a tool. Wildcats coming out to play in set number 3.
Oh, that serve had some heat behind it.
Trujillo finds no man's land. That's his 5th kill today. He's someone that can bring you a little bit of everything.
Yeah, playing back row and front row.
Similar kind of play style and archetype is Mason Kenna. And when you've got the oldest guy on the team and the youngest guy on the team with a similar kind of play style, it feels like that's the right cocktail.
Yeah, definitely going off of each other's vibes.
And Trujillo is feeling the juice now.
Oh, yeah, he was yelling about that one.
Lynchburg back out in front as they'll send Pennington to the back line.
And let me tell you, he's got that float serve.
The floater can't get across, but he had the right idea, just the wrong execution. And that one's just about 4 inches higher. It falls right in front of the net for the Wildcats.
I'm telling you, like I said earlier, it makes you dizzy with how it floats in the air. That's where it got its name.
A whistle on the Hornets. Puts the Wildcats back in front by 1. How about the swing? But how about the rejection?
That was a great swing by Smith, but Jackson just happened to put his arms right there.
Punch, counter punch. Bryce Jackson sends it back the other way. Knots the score up at 6 apiece. As Maher has a quick discussion with our near side official. Now goes back and relays the message to Leandro.
Yeah, I think they're talking about the lift rule. In volleyball, you can't lift the ball from your belly button to send it. For viewers that are watching that don't know that rule about the lift. It's very tricky to catch. Great serve.
Maher sets it up for Diallo. Sent right back down. They'll try it from the other side.
Oh, great up.
Berardo with a nice hustle. And a tool rewarded to Joshua Davis. Take another look at that swing. 6-7, Lynchburg leading.
Great pass by Schmid. Off the block.
That'll send back the Shetter Maher to the back line. That's 7s apiece. Berardo, Kenna, right back down to the deck.
Oh yeah, that big block set up by Randolph.
Lynchburg trailing as you take a look at head coach Joshua Knapp as he wants to talk things over. Knapp, as we mentioned, the former Liberty club coach. He'll sit down with his squad. Abby, at this stage of the game, what do you think the message is in this Lynchburg huddle?
It's definitely play your game, play Lynchburg volleyball. It's worked the past 2 sets, but we just gotta not let them get on runs and keep the run minimum to 2 and then play just straight Lynchburg volleyball.
Yeah, I feel like more than anything, it's gotta be reaffirming.
Yeah.
Don't forget what you did the last 2 sets.
Yeah, they're definitely, it's reassurance huddle right there. That's what that is.
You don't want to stray too far away of what has given you a whole lot of success today. Meanwhile, on the other end for Randolph, you got to be riding some of this confidence now after the success you had to end off the second set, cut into that deficit, and then claim a lead for the first time today in the 3rd set.
Oh yeah, you could not tell. You would think that this is the first set with the energy that they're bringing. They're ready, they're clapping, they're cheering. The energy is just high. All the players are ready. You can tell that they're ready to play some volleyball.
Everybody having a good time on the campus of the University of Lynchburg. Both benches feeling juiced up. Good crowds on both ends. Even got both athletic directors sitting together and having a nice discourse.
Oh! Bryce Jackson with the kill!
He is putting on a show today.
Previously talking to my former coach now, Thomas Chandler, and I was like, let me try to dig one of the men's players' hits, you know? Just give me a chance, give me a chance. He looked me in the face and said, you would die. You would die from the contact and how hard they hit the ball.
I don't know. Tommy says the same thing would happen to me trying to dig it out away from him.
I would love to see you try.
It's not pretty. What a day it's been for Jackson. 7 kills on 10 total attempts.
Yeah, he is really filling himself up at the net.
Nine to 9. Jackson once more. It's the shooter's touch as it drops across.
It's a great shot by Diallo.
Nine to 10, Wildcats still holding on to the lead. Broke down in play, and Lynchburg will level the score.
Let me tell you, Diallo has really made his name as an opposite. Going from middle to opposite, it's not as hard as going from middle to outside, but he is really making his name on the opposite side.
Rady, near side, Davis. They'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Those refs are better than me. That ball was so fast, they got to be on it.
11-10 Lynchburg. Randolph trying to claim their first set of the evening. From the back line, Schmid. Off the beams once more and onto the floor.
You know, it happens to the best of us. These ceilings, even though I played here for 4 years, they still get me. You can ask Coach Kevin Cardozo. Me and him have had that conversation way too many times. Oh, that's a great ace by Diallo.
Second ace of the day for the Wildcats. The first from Diallo. And here comes Randolph, their largest lead of the day, up by 2. Nice rejection right up top. Davis with his soft touch, sneaking it behind the front line of Smith.
Randolph bench is sure bringing the energy tonight.
Into the netting from Smith. 1-point ball game here in set number 3. Wildcats needing this frame to keep the contest going. Here comes the floater. Dug out by Smith. Maher.
Oh, great hit by Hogue.
Hogue buries the kill.
Let me tell you, as a middle, you really want to aim for them back corners. They're taught that all throughout their volleyball career, trying to hit those back corners.
The first 2 sets made it feel like this was going to be a statement game for Lynchburg. In the first 2 meetings between these schools, Lynchburg was 0-2. They had won just 1 set on their home floor against Randolph after being swept later that season at Randolph's home floor. And after a 2-0 start, this Wildcats crew has come alive. I think that really shows the progress that this group has made for Lynchburg from where they were a year ago to now.
Oh yeah, I think that's the help of a new coach. He's really put energy and time into this team and how they've prepared.
But I think what's so difficult to really tell about teams is early on in the year is, you know, with all that non-conference schedule, you're getting a little bit of this and a little bit of that, where you've got some weaker opponents that you feel like are easy wins to pick up on your schedule, where you've also got formidable opponents that are really tough, and you're playing to try and raise that level of competition to prepare you later down the line, and you want a good combination. With that, when you get into these conference games, that's when you really get the feeling of where the team is from a year ago. It's tough to compare when you go out of conference and it's a completely different non-con slate than last season.
Yeah, I can definitely say from a player aspect, I do feel like the ODAC is an up-and-coming conference. All the teams within the conference are starting to get better and better and make national names and national ranks.
3 teams on the women's side this year with an NCAA tournament bid.
Yeah, that was definitely an experience. That was a fun experience, being a part of that. Costello's serving.
Germ. Dug out. Shot across. Davis puts it back down. And Diallo with a tool to keep the Wildcats out in front. 18-16. This has been the Wildcats' set ever since it got started. Lynchburg has had the lead for brief stints, but it's been back and forth the whole way. And our officiating crew is going to have a quick huddle on the near sideline.
I think they are saying that a back row player attacked that. But yeah, I think it's so cool that Randolph has people from all over the place. I mean, and bringing all different types of cultures together.
They've got Arizona, Minnesota, obviously Virginia, Germany, Florida, Norway. I mean, it's unbelievable. I can imagine that whole crew was watching the Winter Olympics together. And
oh, yeah.
Lynchburg almost entirely made up of representation from the Commonwealth, but you certainly got a whole lot of North Carolina in the mix as well. And bringing a guy like Rady that comes out west, it certainly has a good mix.
Oh, crushed by Davis.
Davis with the emphatic jam.
That was a great out-of-system set by Bernard.
Davis is up to a game-high 11 kills on 16 attempts.
Great pass by Smith.
Climbing the ladder is Reed. Dante Reed, the sophomore out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. Oh my goodness. Making his presence known as soon as he checks into this ball game. Now he lets it fly from the service line. Berardo over for Davis.
Oh, with a great dig from Reed.
Whistle blows it dead. And a point awarded to Lynchburg. As you take another look at the defensive effort, well, it doesn't count. It'll still make the highlight sizzle. Diallo, Berardo, Trujillo met at the summit. Berardo keeps it alive. Davis with a soft touch. Dug out by Maher. Now Diallo with a free ball the other way. Rady, Berardo for Trujillo. How about the rejection? Hogue.
Yeah, he was all over that block. You saw it as soon as he came down, he was cheering. He knew that one was good.
Rady for Filamawa. Smith on the opposite side, touches the ceiling, comes back down. Berardo gives a free ball to keep the rally going. And once again, Hogue ends the rally. Wildcats chasing down their first frame victory of the day.
A little too far on that one.
That'll impede the momentum. Davis back for Lynchburg. He's already got 3 aces today. Smith met by Filamawa, kept alive. Diallo into the netting in Lynchburg. Keeping this one competitive. 21-20, Wildcats in control.
Yeah, one thing about both of these teams is they sure are fighting back and making sure that they don't lose that momentum that they've created.
Smith out of play, and Lynchburg ties it up at 21 apiece.
That was a close ball, though. It looked like it bounced through the ref's legs.
With 5-hole. Knotted at 21 in the third set. Lynchburg looking to get the brooms ready for a sweep. Randolph wanting to keep it alive. We're approaching the home stretch of the third set. 21s. Davis at the back line for Lynchburg. He's had one heck of a day for the Hornets. That won't end up on his highlight reel. A service error. Lynchburg's 6th of the day. And another one here in the third set to give the Wildcats the lead once more. Smith. Matches.
Back to back in the net. You can definitely see that the teams are both ready, and the nerves may be setting in a little bit since it's the third set, but they're definitely going to give it everything they got.
Pennington. Schmid.
Schmid killing that ball in the corner.
An absolute laser coming from Schmid on the far side.
You know those things in baseball that tell you how fast it's going?
A radar gun?
Oh, yeah. I wish we could have something in volleyball for that.
You know what? You're actually not the first person to say that.
Oh.
As Bryce Jackson levels the score at 23 apiece. Biggest stage of the day, tied up at 23. Randolph looking to extend the affair. Rady for Jackson. Beautiful dig. Maher keeps it alive. Rady keeps the rally going. Across. Poked out of play. Tooled off the Wildcats. And Germ makes it match point.
Costello definitely saw them both going up and was like, I'm going to use their hands. If you see the opportunity, sometimes you got to take it.
And now Miller Varley will check in for the first time today. And Looney now in for Randolph. Trujillo.
Great pass by Smith.
Maher for Schmid.
Oh,
Right
great
into the
hit.
face of Trujillo.
He took it like a champ, though.
Looked like he got the hands up in time, but
Yeah.
not the right location where you'd want to keep it up. So we'll see extras here in the third frame. Germ, Rady, Jackson, you bet. Tic-tac-toe.
Yep, Jackson making his name known at the net. And in this game, they got to win by 2 now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
Costello at the service line for Lynchburg. The sophomore winds and fires a hard-hit ball, and it's a Lynchburg ace. Costello breaks out the brooms, and Lynchburg captures a sweep in their home opener.
Crazy ace by Costello.
What a treat that was. An excellent competition between two squads, and Lynchburg flips the script from a season ago after getting swept in their most recent contest against Randolph. They return the favor. 3 up, 3 down, and their second conference victory this year.
Yeah, it's definitely great to go in and have a sweep. That's something that definitely makes a statement in the ODAC if you're Lynchburg men's volleyball going into some hard games coming up.
That will do it for us tonight inside Turner Gymnasium. From Joe Brennan, Abby Barlow, and our whole production crew, thank you so much for tuning in and spending your evening with us. Until next time, thank you and have a good one.